It's me.
Marquis D.
Shove It Squad, today I'm here to talk you through one of the most epic wrestling feuds of all time. This feud was truly captivating and it made TNA must-see TV at the time. This is not an episode of Ring of the Hawk, this is a new series where I cover literally everything that happened in some of wrestling's most epic feuds. When it comes to this feud that we're looking at today, I just couldn't believe some of the insane stuff that was going on. And not only that, but this feud produced 4 epic pay-per-view matches. The fans are still left wanting more today. People literally tell me all the time that this feud was the reason they started wrestling in the first place. This feud also massively elevated a new title and made it everybody's favourite gold of all time. This is the time in 2012 where WWE were truly on the ropes and in panic about the threat that TNA was posing, because this was the shit. Now I'm sure I don't need to make this video because I'm sure you've already replayed most of these matches and promos countless times. But I decided there might be 1 or 2 people out there who somehow missed this feud. If you're one of those people, prepare to see the best TNA feud of all time. So who's ready to be screwed? This is a new series called Feud. And today on Feud we'll be starting with the greatest feud of all time. I'm talking of course about D'von Dudley versus Robbie E. Now just a quick apology, Shove It Squad. Last week I got a bit off my video schedule because someone threw a brick through my kitchen window which hit me square in the head. I'll be trying my hardest to keep up the normal schedule over Christmas, but I may be looking for a beak transplant. Regardless of that, I just want to watch some incredible wrestling to cheer myself up, so let's give it a go. So what and how and why did this feud start? Well, to find that out we have to go all the way back to November 2011. It doesn't start quite as you would expect. Devon doesn't get an entrance. He does have the Pope with him though. But we're starting out hot with the TV title on the line, so I'm sure it's going to be okay. The champion is Robbie E, who has a bouncer called Robert Terry, who is also really good. He holds a rope to let the champion down to the ring because he's an important man. The music is so good it makes me shake in my seat. Okay, let's do this. Devon batters Robbie E straight away. What a pace we're starting out with. There's a high impact flapjack that leaves Robbie rocking. Devon is beating Robbie like he owes him money. He squashes Robbie in the corner and hits the shoulder block. He quickly follows up with a side slam. The world's greatest bouncer Robert Terry causes a distraction, but Robbie can't take advantage. Devon sends him flying out the ring like the Hawk. The Pope is also here and he slaps Robbie E. I can't believe he did that, it's crazy. Robert Terry smacks him one from behind. We come back to the ring where Devon is busting out even more insane power moves. It's a neck breaker now. Eric Young scrambles out and he hits the bouncer with a steel chair. What's he doing? He's not a part of this match. Whilst all that craziness is going on, D'von the Dudley hits the spine buster and the match should be over. But Devon's busy yelling at his children on the outside. He gets rolled up by Robbie E. Now this might have only lasted 2 minutes. But guys, stick with it. I'm sure they're just laying the groundwork to this feud. Plus we get some amazing storytelling after the match with Devon telling his boys off for hanging around with the Pope. I'm willing to let this one slide because it felt like we're on our way to something truly incredible. The next part of the feud is on TNA Explosion a couple of weeks later. This is the TNA B show. What? Why is it on the B show? Surely this feud be worthy of being on the main show. Look, calm down Hawkeye, it's still really early days in this feud. It hasn't had proper time to take off yet. So this time it's the big guy bouncer Robbie T, who definitely works hard in the gym, and he's squaring off against Devon. This time in a world title tournament. Okay, so we're ramping up the stakes here. It all sounds good. And this could be a real story of Robbie T trying to avenge Robbie E's loss. The bouncer slowly beats Devon around the ring. He gets a 2 count on a big clothesline smash. Rob Terry isn't done though because he Irish whips Devon across the ring. I couldn't believe that one. For some reason he then falls out the ring. Devon comes face to face with his mortal enemy Robbie E on the outside, who slaps him in the chest. Devon is so angry about this, but he can't get revenge because the bouncer cuts him off. Rob Terry hits a running power slam on the Dudley boy, but it's just another 2. How is Devon still in this epic match? He's taken so much punishment. Terry starts putting on the submission and then he rides Devon like a bronco. Terry isn't sure what to do next, so he has a think and then he puts the same submission on again. He tries to ride Devon again, but he gets his leg up to hit the bouncer in the nutsack. I don't care how big you are, that's gonna hurt. The fight back is on now for the Dudley boy. He hits some typical D'von Dudley offense. Devon's mortal enemy, Robbie E, is now on the ring apron and Devon hurls him into the ring, knocking his shoe off. Like, come on, how can you not be amazed with that? That doesn't happen in every match. The bouncer unfortunately crashes into his shoeless friend and that enables Devon to hit the spine buster to end the match. There's an intense stare down after the match. Devon's focus is on the world title for now. Unfortunately though, his focus was not good enough, and surprisingly Devon did not win the TNA heavyweight title. Hold your hawks though, because Devon and Robbie are about to have their first epic pay-per-view match. I know I've talked these pay-per-views up so much at this point, I bet you're all buzzing to see the matches we get. Well, we get some more hype for the pay-per-view now. A 20-second pre-tape of the Robbies in a TNA shop complaining that there isn't enough Robbie E merchandise. And Robbie goes on to throw out an open challenge for his TV title at the pay-per-view. Oh man, this is going to be crazy. I mean, I expected their first pay-per-view match to be set up a bit better than this. But what do I care, it's their first pay-per-view together. I'm sure it'll grow into something epic. So this match will be happening at Victory Road 2012. Victory Road usually puts on some amazing content for the wrestling fans, so I expect more of the same. Robbie E comes out of his bouncer, Big Rob the Roy de Terry. I truly love this gimmick. I think these guys are future world champions in their little cardigans. They are here to issue the Robbie E Open Challenge for the TV title. What does the E even stand for? I'm not sure if this was ever explained. Robbie says the Open Invitation was only for fans in the crowd. Devon then appears in the crowd like a conquering hero. Why was he in the crowd in the first place? Did Devon somehow know that Robbie E was going to issue a crowd challenge? He's never done it before, as stated in the pre-match promo. This isn't a great pay-per-view match build-up right here. I'm sure the match will be good though, let's hang in there. Well, the crowd is going nuts for the Dudley boy, and a crowd can help elevate a match. Robbie E doesn't want to fight Devon and he's scared. Devon gives his punches in the corner and an arm drag. Devon then gives him the one-man flapjack and sends him out the ring. Devon is so powerful, how can you not be digging this? I'm not sure if the ring is strong enough to contain him. Devon gets distracted by the bouncer and then he pays for it with a knee to the gut. Robbie E tries to get a chair from Brooke Hogan, but he's not strong enough to take it from her. After his failed chair battle, Robbie E quickly covers Devon in the ring. How was it even a 2 count? He only kneed Devon in the gut 30 seconds ago. Robbie gets multiple 2 counts off of this knee. Robbie follows it up, whipping Devon across the ring, but he gets hit with a D'von Dudley spear that puts most guys' spear to shame. The Dudley hits a net breaker and a diving shoulder block. The bouncer then tries to get involved, but he gets sent off the apron and Devon hits the spine buster for the free and becomes the TV champion. What? This wasn't good. Robbie hit one knee. The highlight package is mostly made up of the pre-match shenanigans, for God's sake. Why was this 2-minute squash match on pay-per-view? And why do people say this feud is good? Well, stay positive, because we got 3 more pay-per-views. Maybe those ones are good. But before we can get on to that, we have Devon's first TV title defense. It's not a pay-per-view rematch though, because it's against Rob Terry. It's on the B-Show Explosion, so nobody cares about it. Nothing to do with the guys in the ring. Wait, Eric Bischoff, the leader of the Grey Crew, is on commentary. I don't want to watch this. Well, the arena is all dark, so I can barely see it anyway. Terry, the big bouncer boy muscle man, gets a couple of 2 counts. It seems to be slightly slow this match, but I'm sure it will speed up soon. They fight on the outside and Devon is distracted by Robbie E, so Terry decks him from behind. It's truly magical stuff. Devon, the Dudley boy 3D machine, is desperately trying to fight back, but he gets an elbow to the face. Rob Terry follows it up with the world's strongest slam for a 2. The highlight of the match is Bischoff on commentary making fun of Swansea Wells. Never has Swansea been mentioned so many times on a wrestling show. Devon starts winning, so Robbie rushes the ring, causing a DQ. The man from Dudleyville, who has no character and is really bland, but that's okay, beats the Robbies up, and then it ends. My positivity is fading fast, but this was just Explosion. They probably saved all the good stuff for the next pay-per-view. The Robbies are not on the main TV show for the next month, but for some reason the feud with Devon has now justified a steel cage stipulation. This one takes place at Lockdown. They cut a promo with Robbie E saying that Devon is not on his level because he ain't on the list, bro. I don't get it, nothing really happened in this feud. They've not even been on TV, why is this match happening? But it is in a cage for the title, so this could potentially be a show stealer. The bouncer doesn't want to leave the cage, so he gets a lecture from the 2 bold twin referees that look like Dr. Evil. Devon, the Dudley boy, forces him to leave. Robbie E then uses that as a chance to jump Devon and chokes him. Robbie gets a massive 2 count after lightly whipping Devon into the corner. How was that a 2? Let's be real. Doesn't he have any more impactful moves? Devon tries an attack in the corner, but he gets a kick to the face and a clothesline. Another 2 now as Robbie hits a diving elbow strike. Now Robbie E puts on his chin lock, which I believe is his finisher because he does it so often. The Dudley brother tries to start his epic comeback, but the E-man cuts him off. Robbie tries to jump off the ropes, but Devon shakes the ropes and he makes Robbie fall on the ropes, nutsack first. Devon now makes his comeback with some basic offense. He knees Robbie E in the face and gives him a neck breaker. Devon squashes Robbie in the corner and hits the spine buster for the 3. What? Wait, it went 2 minutes, surely not. What is this crap? Maybe it was Rob the Roider who had the epic matches with Devon because he attacks him after the match. Maybe I got the wrong feud. That was 2 of the worst pay-per-view matches I've ever seen. What is this bird turd? I just fell off my roost, I've been had. After this, the Hawkster tells the Dudley boy that he has to defend the TV title every week on TV because that's what he's used to, brother. At least the belt does seem to be getting elevated. We'll see if that continues. A couple of weeks later on Impact, Rob Terry was scheduled to challenge for Devon's TV title. Big Rob jumps Devon before the bell and gives him a short arm clothesline. Terry slaps him, which seems to fire the Dudley brother up, but Terry immediately shuts him down whilst walking around slowly like a moron. Rob Terry eventually stops being a moron and he hits the power slam for a 2 count. Devon tries to battle back, but he can't knock down the bigger Terry. Eventually he does manage it and he hits a diving headbutt from the top rope. It's just a 2. Robbie gets on the ring apron and Devon brings him into the ring. Devon, the Dudley brother, seems like he's going to beat them both up and he hits a big spear on Rob the Roider. Robbie smashes a clipboard over Devon's head and the match is thrown out. A clipboard as a weapon. Would that even hurt? It just feels like a piece of cardboard hitting you. But I guess I shouldn't be too down on this match. It was a whole minute longer than the others. I'd try anything to find something positive in this desperate shit heap. Damn, I guess that brick hit me harder than I realised. Can I turn this off now? No, I'm contracted to the Shove It Squad to put out 2 videos a week. Well, shut up or I'll smack you one. It's too late now to start a new video from scratch. You can't make chicken soup out of chicken shit. On the next episode of Impact, the TV title is on the line again, this time against Robbie E. Oh, for God's sake, these guys suck. I've seen it 5 times now. The bouncer tries to hit Devon with a clipboard, but he can't do it, and then the Dudley beats them both up. Devon hits the low fez press, and then he stands up and hits a diving headbutt. Robbie shakes like he's having a seizure. The Welshman Roider gets involved on the outside, so Devon beats him up with ease. Robbie tries a sneak attack on the outside, so Devon smacks him one. They come straight back into the ring and Devon hits the buster of the spine. It's over. An even shorter match than the others. This sucked Sonny Siaki's ass. Rob Terry, the fucking Welsh Roider who lies about taking steroids, beats up Devon. Just like every week, Robbie holds up the TV title. Now that's what you call elevating a belt. Can I just turn this off, please? I'd rather watch Loch Ness in the WCW than this garbage. Somehow it gets even worse now. I can't take this. I don't want to watch the next pay-per-view sacrifice. Instead of the usual one-on-one shitfest, we get a triple threat for the TV title. Do you know what I really love about the Robbies? There's always just one lonely soul in the crowd frantically pumping their fists to the music. It makes it even more pathetic. Wait, it's a triple threat of Robbie E and Rob Terry and D'von Dudley. This is the match that dreams are made of. And this match is on pay-per-view. Who booked this shit? It's definitely not pay-per-view quality. D'von is not a bad wrestler, but he's about as interesting as paint drying on a wall on his own. The Robbies slowly beat D'von down together, but they're idiots and don't do it well. The Dudley brother sends Big Rob out the ring and now he has Robbie E on his own. He should probably just give him the spine buster and end it. Unfortunately for me, he doesn't and I have to suffer this for longer. D'von does the Luther's press and charges the bouncer off the apron. D-Double now hits a Uranagi. Somehow Robbie E kicks out all on his own. Terry then drags Dudley out the ring and he doesn't really do anything, he just stares at him. Robbie E stamps on D'von in the ring for a 2 count. A 2 count for some stamps, okay. Rob Terry seems to be okay with his friend or employer winning the title here. This match is now the longest match so far at 4 pain-inducing minutes. They work together again now as Robbie T hits a side slam as Robbie E dives from the top with a fist drop. Just after this, D'von fights back and he spears Terry. D'von does a shoulder block which reminds me of the Monty Brown pounce. It knocks Robbie E out the ring. Terry is alone in the ring with D'von now and he hits a power slam. Robbie breaks up the pin because he wants to win and now these 2 best friends finally have words. Terry doesn't like the lecture he receives and he starts to grit his teeth and go into a roid rage. Before we can see his face turn red and pimples burst all over his face, D'von squashes the Terry twins together and rolls the bouncer up for the 3. A 5-minute TV match at most. What was the point of this pay-per-view? It hadn't even been built up that Terry wanted to branch out on his own before this match. Robbie E is crying and then he backs into his bouncer whose face now turns a shade of maroon and balls of sweat start dripping down his face. Robbie E decides to jump into his arms and give Rob Terry a hug. Terry accepts the hug and gives Robbie E a nuggie. Is this start of a Robbie T face turn? Who gives a turd? He can stick as many roids up his ass and people still won't care. Robbie E does have good facial expressions, but his matches and offense make me want to go for a walk in the motorway. I don't want to go too hard on young Robbie because he wasn't exactly taking a big paycheck. He was working a second job as a PE teacher during this time. If things weren't going badly enough with this feud, it's about to get even worse. Devon defends the TV title again, against Robbie E. But this time, Garrett Bischoff is involved. Robbie E and T disrupted a TV title match between Garrett and Devon before this because I guess Robbie wanted to be the one who beat the Dudley boy. Back to the match in question, Robbie E is trying desperately to beat Devon as usual with his low impact offense. Robbie T floors him for the outside so Robbie E can get a 2. Robbie then hits an elbow for another 2. The hair-gelled hero seems to be getting more and more desperate, but he still sucks. Devon comes back and hits a uranagi and a diving headbutt. Robbie's done for now. Devon looks to put him away. Rob Terry distracts him. Garrett argues with him on the outside and we now get the worst wrestling match finish of all time, I shit you not. Devon does a small package. Rob Terry gets to the ring and rolls them over. The ref sees him and lectures him, so Garrett sneaks into the ring and rolls the pin back over. And this is how the match ends. I timed it. This small package lasted for 20 seconds. Were they asleep? Why wasn't Devon able to kick out even after 10 seconds? Nothing even damaged him. This feud is the drizzling shits. It makes me wish I'd never heard the 3 letters TNA. Why is this feud constantly on TV? Nobody cares about any of these guys. And adding Garrett Bischoff to the mix only makes it worse. Like rubbing hot bacon grease on a boil on your ass, it's only going to make it burst. Robbie tries a beatdown after the match, but Garrett beats them up because they're both terrible. Well, hold on to your asses, because somehow this feud is going to get even worse. Slammiversary is supposed to be TNA's WrestleMania, so you think they'd go and put the biggest and best matches on the show? Well, yeah, that would be sensible thinking, but instead at Slammiversary 2012 we're treated to a tag match. This must be the most pointless tag match in the history of tag team matches because it's the Robbies versus the team of Devon and Garrett Bischoff. Garrett Bischoff on pay-per-view. I'll pass, I don't want to watch it. I'd rather eat a bowl of bird turd. This match seems to be built to highlight the skills of Garrett Bischoff, and when I say skills, I mean nothing. Robbie is scared of Garrett, so Rob Terry comes in. The crowd chant, "You can't wrestle," but I generally don't know who they're chanting it at. Terry tries to chokeslam Garrett, but he gets out of it, so Sherry shoves him into the ropes and Garrett hits a low dropkick to him. The crowd boo as the two terrible wrestlers smash into each other. Garrett is separated from the Dudley boy, but nothing's happening. Please end this now, I'd rather stare at a blank screen with nothing on than this. Robbie almost puts Garrett away with the diving fist drop. Then Robbie puts on his finisher, the sleeper hold of doom. Garrett's screwed because the grease cutter has been rendered ineffective in this environment. Garrett hits the only other move he can do, the flapjack, and he struggles towards the Dudley corner. He still tags Devon despite Robbie grabbing his leg. The crowd are actually somehow happy to see Devon and he completely destroys the Robbies on his own. Robbie should be beaten and it should be over, but the complete idiot Rob Terry breaks up the pin. Garrett Bischoff then outsmarts him. He sends him out the ring and dives on him. Devon wins with the spine buster. Devon and Garrett dance after the match, which is probably the most entertaining thing that Garrett Bischoff has ever done. At least we're done now and I can head off to watching a decent feud. I was thinking the Anderson Angle match from 2010, what do you lot think? Wait, what? This fucking TV title feud is still going on, only it's now on Explosion. Does the TV title still count if it's on a show that nobody watches? We'll have to check if the Hawk's okay with that. I guess I should quickly take a minute to thank Christopher Ho because he's the reason I have these Explosion matches. Well, thanks but no thanks. This shit ruined the start of my week. Don't make me hit you with a brick, Christopher. Real talk here, he's doing something quite cool. As I'm sure you're all aware, I'm after Explosion, which is some missing wrestling media. He's my guy tracking down all these episodes to help preserve wrestling history, so keep up the good work, my friend. I know I should be talking about this match, but at this point I'd have to call it the most pointless feud of all time. They keep continuing to fight, but there's no reason for it. Why does Robbie get so many TV title shots when he's a loser? Robbie then somehow gets a 2-count on a knee to the gut, followed by a whip into the corner. I guess I shouldn't even be surprised at this point. Robbie gets another 2-count off a fist drop. Devon now fights back and gets a tooth and a uranagi. Robbie has a blue tongue, so I assume he was the inspiration for Liv Morgan. Devon wins with the spine buster. This time, that really does put an end to this 6-month feud that created over 10 matches. I'd love to say that I enjoyed it, but quite frankly, I fucking hated it. Whoever is to blame for this needs to take a brick to the head so you can feel how I feel right now. I can't find a single positive thing to say about this 6-month feud. Oh, and Devon's TV title went nowhere anyway because he left the company a couple of months later without anyone beating him for the belt. If you've got a feud in mind that you'd like me to review that's better than this one, let me know down below. Just make sure it doesn't blow, or I'll treat your girl like a hoe.